It's prom season, which means one thing and one thing only, hood prom. And I think what a lot of people fail to realize is hood prom and baby mama culture are like this. You can't have one without the other. You can't have...
Don't cancel me if I'm not allowed to say this. Just like tell me nicely, and that's fine. I don't know all the rules, okay? I just want to say, it's hood prom season! I love hood prom season. I love it. So I watch that shit on...
In today's video, we're going to be talking about something I never thought I would have to talk about. I never thought I would hear the day that hood and prom was in the same sentence, but it's trending all over social media. So in today's video, we're going to do a breakdown on this situation and figure out why everyone is upset. Before I get deep into this video, I do want to tell you guys what hood prom is. Before I ever really knew what it was, I had an inkling of what it was. Like a picture popped up in my head and was like, okay, they're talking about these elaborate proms. Anytime you're on the internet around prom season, there's a group, and majority it's our demographic, it's Black people. They get online and they post these elaborate prom homecomings. They have a whole family reunion out in front of their house. They rent decorations, they rent luxury cars, they get jewelry, they go to the bank and takes out loads of cash, and they just set the scene and the family is there and everybody's just cheering them on. Usually when I see these videos around prom, I don't really think much of it because I also went to prom and I remember my experience. It wasn't anything like the experiences on the internet. I wore a regular dress. I went out with a few friends. We didn't have any elaborate cars, or we actually weren't even able to have a car because my prom was at Disney and then my junior prom was at a country club and we weren't allowed to drive there. And rentals were a thing, but they weren't $2,500, $3,000 a day type of rentals. They were very regular cars, $60,000, $70,000 luxury cars, not hundreds of thousands of dollars of luxury cars. And my parents didn't believe in spending a lot of money when it came to prom. This is how me and my friends looked on prom. No elaborate dresses, just a regular dress that I believe I got for Dillard's for about $80. But around this time, I was hip to what was going on and what people were doing in other neighborhoods. This is how they would be dressing. This is how they would be coming out. I'm going to play a few clips right here so you can really get an idea of what hood prom is if you've never seen it before. Because I'm from the South and this is something that I personally did not do or people in my circle did not do, but it was a very common thing.
So when do we start having to use cars as accessories to our dresses for prom? And now we're making music videos about prom. And what are you gonna do with this dress? How are you even gonna dance? Nobody can even dance by you. And what is this, like a peacock and shit? What has this world come to with these proms? It don't even rain inside. Why did you need an umbrella to match your dress? Isn't it bad luck to have an umbrella inside? Now girl, how are you gonna dance with your man? Are you gonna bring your mommy and pops to hold your dress all night? Like, let's be for real. Everybody gonna be stepping on it or using it as a blanket. Now, since we and his 5-year-olds go to prom in goats, what the hell do you need a damn goat for to go with your 5-year-old to a prom? Come on, this ain't your dress for prom. Who made this dress? Come on, they did her dirty. And what, are you getting married? Like, y'all looking like y'all about to go to your wedding and crap, and it's only prom. The man might not even be with you 5 days later. And y'all looking like y'all getting married. Be for real. This ain't even a prom dress. Who the hell rides horses to prom in a band and you got everybody else with you? Like, you was not... I mean, come on, bro. What is all this? Who wants to step in horse poop or smell the horse poop at prom? Y'all acting like y'all getting married. Like, come on. What is y'all doing? Like, y'all just ruining prom. Like, I mean, come on, y'all doing too much. Y'all making these people that don't have that much money feel bad about going to prom. Because they can't come on a horse and a carriage and bring some dance and looking like we getting married. Like, what's really going on? How you gonna get off that horse? And like, we bringing monkeys to prom now? I mean, we bringing goats to prom? Like, what happens if he shits all over prom? Who wants to walk in shit? Who wants a beautiful dress they spent $30,000 on stepping in shit? Because you brought an animal to prom. And nobody can even stand by you. And we bringing kids to prom now? Like kids? No, he wouldn't even be allowed to bring kids. And this dress won't even fit inside.
Okay, you all get the point. The dresses are elaborate, the cars are luxurious, the houses are big, the rentals, they spend thousands of dollars on prom around this time. And this conversation really started because a Caucasian lady by the name of Lizzie got on TikTok and she stated she does not like hood proms, and the reason why hood proms become a thing is because of this is the only day that young, predominantly black women will be able to experience. They're not getting married. They're not getting anything else. This is literally the pinnacle of their life. Like, this is literally the end. They're reaching the most exciting thing they would ever experience in their life at the tender age of 17 to 18 years old. So, of course, a lot of people inside and outside of the community was very upset with this. And I do want to go ahead and break this down because I know someone is going to say, well, she just said hood, and hood is short for neighborhood, and it usually refers to predominantly black neighborhoods that are in urban area, underfunded areas. So usually the crime rate is high, and it's not a good neighborhood. Okay, so she basically said that anybody that does these over the top proms, they are associated with the hood. And before I show that video, I do want to just give you guys some context and set the precedents, because I honestly feel like anytime anything is associated with a person of color or a minority, it's always negative. Even now in times, like when it comes to full lips, you know, black women, they're known to be more curvaceous and have full lips and have thicker hair or curlier hair. And when we do it, it's seen as ghetto, it's seen as ratchet. But when somebody outside of the community does it, it trends all of a sudden. And it's like we're the trendsetters, but it's only trending and it's only cool when somebody outside the community does. This happened time and time again with the Kim Kardashians, with the anybody outside of the community that's popular for doing something is always coined in a different way. For example, when a black woman is upset and she's angry and she may be expressing that, it's called, oh, she's ghetto, oh, she's loud. But when a person outside the community do it, maybe an Asian woman or a Latino woman, oh, she's spicy, she's feisty. How's she spicy and feisty when she just cussed you out and said that your daddy wasn't shit? So how's that spicy? It's only spicy when somebody outside the community does it. So I think knowing that and having this in mind, this is why people are upset. Anything that's associated with a minority or a person of color, it's ghetto. But when someone outside the community does it, you get a completely different reaction, and the words and the language is completely different. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video, but please keep that in mind.
It's prom season, which means one thing and one thing only, hood prom. And I think what a lot of people fail to realize is hood prom and baby mama culture are like this. You can't have one without the other. You can't have hood prom or the baby shower stuff or the gender reveals or anything like that without baby mama culture, because the reason why the dresses are so extravagant in the cars and the show and the presentation is because this is the closest these girls will ever get to being a bride. In the black community, I'm sorry to say it, actually no, I'm not, because it's the truth, especially in lower income households, there's not as much of an emphasis on family anymore. These kids aren't getting married. They're going to be baby mamas and baby daddies, so they're never going to have a wedding. These girls are never going to walk down the aisle. Some of them probably will, but the majority of them will never be a wife. They will never be a bride, so they'll never have a wedding. That's why the dresses remind you of big, beautiful wedding dresses. These kids are substituting their wedding with prom.
So underneath that video, a lot of women commented showing or saying that they went to 4, 5, 6 multiple proms, and this is also their wedding ring. So they said, ring on my finger, yours is still on Pinterest. My ring from my husband, that was my prom date, can I see yours? And it had thousands of likes because people felt like she was associating hood with black people. So it's only a hood prom because black people are going, and a lot of people didn't like that. I do want to touch on some of the things that she said in the video because overall I do not agree with her delivery or everything she said in the video, but I do agree with the fact, statistically speaking, black women do not get married as much as their counterparts. All of my white friends and non-black friends that I went to high school with, they were already married before I graduated from college. And white households, they do focus on marriage and family, and a lot of black households, we focus on elevating and getting a degree and just excelling. Hence why Black women are the most educated out of every demographic. That's what we focus on. A lot of Black mothers were single mothers, and the focus wasn't on a man because they couldn't depend on man most of the time. So they taught their daughters and their sons to get degrees, to get a trade, and go out there and be productive rather than looking for a mate. And in other households, they're sending their kids to balls and doing different types of events and putting their kids in extracurricular activities that can lead to a marriage or a man. That's just something that's true. Black women versus white women, we get married less. It is what it is. Regardless or not you went to prom or you didn't go to prom, or if you're a baby mother or not, that is true. But I think the main problem that people had is that she said this is why we do elaborate proms and why we do these elaborate proms. And I say we because I am a Black woman, but like I said, this was not something that was prominent or popular in my family or within my peer space. Like, we did regular proms. My mom always thought it was asinine to go over the top and spend all of this money on one day. I personally never judged these people or never thought too much about it because I thought maybe they had different adversities than me. Like, I've never had to worry about from the age of kindergarten, the grade of kindergarten all the way to senior year. I did not have to work. I didn't have to worry about living. I didn't have to worry about necessities or anything extra. If I wanted to play in sports, my parents paid the fees. I didn't have to worry about these things. They gifted me with my first car. But people from other communities or different areas, they may have had different adversities. I know people that were homeless. I know people that had parents that abused them. So when they finally feel like they reached a milestone, like prom, like I'm graduating, I'm at the end, they want to go all out and celebrate because this is something big to them versus just for me, this was a requirement. Like, not graduating high school wasn't seen like it was something that my parents, it was celebratory. They congratulated me, but it wasn't seen as like, oh my gosh, because in my household, this was just the beginning. And to a lot of other people, this could have been them breaking a generational curse. Their parents probably did not graduate, or they didn't push the importance of getting an education or a higher education. So that's personally why I never thought too much into it. If you want to go all out and be elaborate, I just assume they have more adversities than I did. So they are going a little harder with this milestone. But I do want to go ahead and show you a couple other clips because Lizzie, the lady in that previous video, she wasn't the only one that felt this way. It was a lot of people from outside the community that voiced, I cannot wait for hood prom, and it's exciting. They like to see all of the extras and the flamboyant designs and the rentals. They loved it. And I'm still in shock because, like I said, I've never thought I would hear the day that hood and prom would be in the same sentence. I just thought it's just prom. Some people are just doing regular prom and some people are just doing elaborate and over the top prom. Like, I didn't think anything was hood about it.
As a white girl, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Please don't cancel me if I'm not allowed to say this. Just like tell me nicely, and that's fine. I don't know all the rules. Okay? I just want to say, it's hood prom season! I love hood prom season. I love it. So I watch that shit on repeat. I save them and I go back and I rewatch them again at the end of the night. I love it. I love how, like, white people don't do that. We don't go all out. We don't have the music. We don't have the setup. We don't have the people showing up, videoing us. We don't have the money that we're so boring. We're so boring compared to you. I love it. That's my reality TV. So please keep it. If you have one, if you are in a hood prom, please tag me so I can see it. I want to see all of them.
I just realized it's prom season, and that means hood proms. Just saw my first one. This girl had 3 girls dancing in front of her. Whole routine. She walked out of the house. It's the greatest time of the year.
And I did hear the word hood prom. I will be honest. I did know exactly what she was talking about. A lot of times when you see people doing the most and having these elaborate setups, some may associate and say this person is in the hood. You can look at a background and tell what type of area this is. If this is a urban area or if this is a suburban area. And a lot of times people that are doing the most, it does not give they're living in a $500,000 neighborhood. It just does not give that. And we have to be honest. I'm going to show you some examples, but before we do that, I'll go ahead and move to some videos of people concurring with what Lizzie said. And it wasn't, they just had a different perspective. I think this creator was making this video and being genuine, but the problem is you're associating it with hood. So somebody commented underneath that video and said, you in the hood renting things you actually cannot afford just for one night. Everything about it is hood. Hood is 100% the wrong way to word it, but 80% of people do not spend thousands of dollars on anything that's just for high school events. That's just a distinction being made. Imagine if, let's say, because I know a lot of soccer moms or football moms or just any people that are really big into sports. A lot of parents, they invest a lot in their kids' sports, and predominantly a lot of white parents do that. Imagine if we was associating that with hood sports or hood soccer moms or hood, like what is hood about it? A lot of people, I have seen people online come on here and say they spent $16,000, $20,000, $40,000 on their kid's sport, and this person did not. He didn't go to the NFL. He didn't go to the NBA, and you spent a salary. You spent a salary on supporting him because that's what you wanted to do. And no one associated that with being hood or ghetto or even irresponsible. And in that case, I feel like it would, but a lot of parents do that. So honestly, that's personally why I have a problem with it. You don't have to associate it with hood, but I do think the underlining point of what people are saying about it being irresponsible, I think that's true. Because a lot of times in these videos, they're giving your children wads of cash. You're renting Corvettes and luxury cars. These cars cost thousands just to rent for a day, just to rent for a few hours, just for you to send them off to prom. Like before you spend $1,000, $2,000, even I know dresses there. I'm probably lowballing them because I remember when I was in college, a lot of people were getting custom dresses, and a lot of those custom designer dresses, they were well over $1,000. So you're spending $10,000 to $15,000, but your child does not have a Roth. Your child does not have any savings. Your child doesn't have an investment fund for college. Your child doesn't have anything, but you done spent somebody's low income salary on just one night. And this is the same thing for if it was a marriage. I would have the same sentiment on it. Like if you're getting married and you do not have the means, or you make $50,000 a year, why take out a loan for a $30,000 wedding? And that's on average. That's just on a regular wedding. Like why spend that type of money if you do not have it? I see that with anything, no matter the color of the person. If it does not make sense, then it does not make sense. But I do want to go ahead and show you a little bit more of these elaborate proms and just different things that people do, because even since I haven't been in high school in the last 10 years, and the more the years go by, the crazier it gets. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I've seen people flying in on helicopters for prom, flying in and just craziness. Like, I've seen it all. And back then, 10 years ago, we were not doing all that. The most I used to see is a luxury car, and that was pretty much it. A luxury car, a nice dress, you go to dinner maybe, and that's it.
Look at my baby, oh my God! Turn up, baby! You look
I'm going to go ahead and read this breakdown right here. Someone said, in honor of prom season, my prom 2024 breakdown. So she stated that the car was $3,700. We went over extra miles, so that included the price too. Double R with the orange guts. Okay. Next, she said she spent $120 on her nails plus a $25 tip and $55 tolls. Next, heels. I had on slides. I kept tripping on my feathers with heels. The dress was $2,100. Her dress was more than my rent. That's insane. Next, she said makeup was $90. My original artist let me book, and the day of went ghost. I hate when that happens. Photographer, $175. He did so good. He even helped my mom set up. Park rental, $75. Backdrop and decor, $520. That was well over $10,000. I personally feel like if you have it to spend and your child is lined up for success, go ahead and spend it. If they already have a car, if they already have money for trade school or college or whatever they want to do, or if they already have money to invest in a business, then that's completely fine. Go ahead and ball out. Hell, spend $1 million on your prom. It doesn't make sense when you do not have it. And I think that's when the problem comes in. This next video I'm going to play, this was just over the top that it was comical. This girl had dancers for her prom. Like, what an intro.
Do it right, now do it right. Now G with it, now G with it, now walk with me, now walk with me. Y'all, I'm about to show 'em. This is what I do. It's what quick, cause girl, I keep a crew. First I crank it like this, just my, then I pass it to my folk. Now he charged up. You can't walk like me on my bad days. I'm laid back, so relaxed like a Sunday. I'm two-stepping, doing shows on the Monday. Crank it up a notch, I make the girls get low. First the hood, now she doing it on her tippy toe. Do it, Lil, do that rock, man. Wow, wow, now walk with me, y'all. Bow, bow, I'm showing off for y'all. Big on records #1, and I earn my spot. Now do your dance, DJ, show me what you got. Now show out, now show out. You start to show out, now show out, now show out. You start to show out, now show out, now show out.
Okay, I love that one. Honestly, I think that was the cutest one. She really ate that up. Only because it wasn't really over the top, y'all. Those look like her friends, her family. Those could be cousins or her girlfriends just helping her set the tone for prom. And her dress was very beautiful. It does look like a custom dress, but it doesn't look like anything over the top. A lot of people in the comments were stuck on the house that she was coming out rather than her intro. I think it was simple, it was cute, and it was fun. I don't think anything is wrong with that. Like I said, I showed y'all a few other videos in this video of people just doing the absolute most. If you have it, I don't think anything is wrong with it, and I don't think anything Black people do should be associated with the hood, because there's a multitude of videos of people doing quote unquote hood prom or extravagant prom entries or introductions, and it's not they're not in the hood. So why are you associating with hood prom? Everyone that's having an elaborate prom, they're not in the hood. It's only, to me personally, it only makes sense if you have funds, investments, and things set up for your children. I would only say that it's an irresponsible prom and responsible prom season, but hood associating with Black people, it should just never be a thing. I do want to go ahead and follow up, because I found out in this video, the lady that made that initial video, Izzy, people dug a little. Y'all know how TikTok are. They dug a little bit, and they found out that she actually was a baby mama, and she was not married, but she was talking about somebody else, and she was also shacking. I'm going to go ahead and post the receipts to that. That is kind of ironic that you're speaking on the Black community and you're the very thing that you're accusing us of, which is just asinine.
That young woman is a fatherless, alternative, goth, conservative Christian who is shacking up with a palm-colored man who cannot pull himself up by his bootstraps enough to afford to put her in a double-wide trailer, which is why she is shacking up with him at her grandmother's house. And so what he intended to do, because he could not afford to do it himself, is he sent his girl to the internet streets to get herself $1. And the easiest way to make $1 on the internet streets is to antagonize the Black community. That is why she's doing what she's doing, because she needs to make some money, because her man, Avery, can't afford to make it himself. And the real reason why she decides to always put her nose in Black people's business is because over here is the only place she has privilege. She's alternative, she's goth. They don't like that over in her community. They don't respect that over in her community. If she really wanted to talk about problematic behaviors or hood anything, she would go to the rednecks who are wearing camo and orange to prom and coming out of U-Haul trailers, which to me, go Glen Coco. They're children and they're having fun and they're being creative. And I think they should continue.
Actually digged a little further. Like, y'all know the internet. When you speak on anything, they're going to take it to hell. This is a picture of quote unquote Izzy or Lizzie at her prom with her parents, to be exact. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play another video that I resonate with. I kind of mentioned it at the beginning. It's like anything we do as a people, they try to make it negative. They try to make it ghetto. And I can agree when you're right. Like when it is ghetto, because I think it is unprofessional and irresponsible for you to spend thousands of dollars on any event and you're in debt or you don't have anything lined up for your kids' future. Like my parents, they weren't well off enough to set me up with anything for college. I would be pissed if I'm paying back student loans today because back then they wanted to spend $10,000 on my prom. Looking back, I'm happy that I had a normal prom and we didn't do the rentals. We didn't do all the extra stuff. Like I said, my prom was at Disney. But even if we could have done the rental cars and not ride the charter bus all the way to Disney, I know my parents, they still would not have allowed that because this is not what it's about. Like if you do not have it like that, it doesn't make sense to do it. But when you do have it like that, or whether or not you don't have it or do have it like that, I just think associating with anything with the hood just because they're doing lavish proms and saying, oh, because you're doing a big prom because you're never gonna have a husband, it's just crazy. And I don't know, y'all. I wouldn't imagine the day I would hear hood and prom in the same sentence. It's just like, who created this? But I do want to play this video from this creator because it really resonates with what I say. Anything that we do, they turn it into something negative. And then once it's trending, it's only trending when they take a hold of it. And then it's just like, well, we did that 10 years ago and it was ghetto. It was this, it was that. And this happens time and time again. And I think this is another example of people outside the community associating anything Black people do with a negative stereotype. And that's not always the case. When it is the case, I will be the first to speak on it and say, okay, this is not our culture. This is not us. This is degenerate behavior. But when it's not ghetto, it's not ghetto. Like this is what they want to do. And
white people are upset that no matter the barrier they have presented to the Black community, not only have we kicked down those barriers, but we still have joy. Sarah created a video regarding hood prom, and she said, it is the only way young Black girls will ever experience a wedding. And it made me think of the thing I always think of. White people are upset that no matter what is happening in this world, Black people still have joy. Look at the way soul food was created from scraps. And now it's served at all cookouts. The same cookouts white people beg to be invited to. They tried to keep us out of education, and we created HBCUs. And now they want to extract from that culture. They're mad and they can't understand how we find joy in the barriers they presented. They wanted to keep us out of sports. And now they have to walk around and watch their young kids with Black athletes on the front of their chests. They can't understand how we still have joy. White people hated Black music. At one point, the government was trying to come after rappers. And now they have to listen while all their young white boys play rap music in their cars. They're upset because they don't understand how we still have joy beyond the barriers they presented.
I can show you a few examples just in case, because I know we're going to have one comment that's saying I'm a liar, and if you do over the top extravagant proms, you are doing a hood prom. Let me just show you an example. This video right here, nothing about this, it looks like the hood. This house looked like it's worth well over $500,000, but somebody will still say, oh, it's still a hood prom because it's over the top. Like I said, you don't know what adversities somebody went through to get to that graduation date or that prom. Like, we just do not know. So that's why when it comes to doing over the top proms, I never judge, because we don't know people's economic status. We literally do not know. For the people that are having proms that are actually in urban low income areas, and they're doing a whole walkout and spending thousands on proms, and they live in a shoebox, okay, then, even then, I publicly would not speak about those people. But then I can silently agree, okay, maybe you shouldn't be doing a lavish prom. Maybe you should be looking into getting somewhere suitable to stay, a better neighborhood. Like, okay, I get it. But I don't think that is the overall for everybody. For you to associate prom with being hood and not being able to get married, and this is why they go over the top. There's just more examples on the screen of people that look like they live an affluent life, and they're having an extravagant prom, and nothing about it gives hood. It just gives that's what they wanted to spend their money on. But let me know how y'all feel about it. Have you ever had any reservations with the hood prom, or you yourself, did you have a quote unquote hood prom? Again, y'all, I am only using the language because that's how it's being presented and being talked about online. But of course, I do not believe that there's a such thing called hood prom. This is no different than them saying when black people fight each other, it's black on black crime. It's just, no, black people are in proximity to who? Other black people. So who are you going to get in a fight with, or an altercation with? You're going to get into it with black people. Who do white people, when people fight any other race, when they fight, they're going to fight their people that they're in proximity with, right? If that is white people, they're going to fight white people. No one calls it white on white crime. When Mexicans fight, no one calls it Mexican, or like, no one does that. It's only called black on black crime because they want to push this narrative when it's literally just a person fighting a person that they're in proximity with. It does not make sense, y'all. Like, it just does not make sense. If there was no black people in the entire universe and it was only white people, would they ever call it white on white crime? They would never do that. And that's what I just want people to think deeper and think about, what narrative is being pushed before you just start calling something hood prom or associating anything that you deem as low income as ghetto. Like, you can be low income and still not be associated with the hood. Personally, I think hood is just a place, and it's not like a person. Like, you can be in a very low state in your mind and still not be hood. I know a lot of people that are very successful, have a lot of money, but you would think they probably were from the hood, or you would associate the hood with them just based on their mannerisms and how they act. It had nothing to do with where they're actually from. I don't even associate people with the place that they're from, because it's a lot of people that I know that's from the hood, but you would never know that they were from the hood because they don't carry themselves like they're from the hood. So that's why we shouldn't be pushing this negative stereotype and narrative online that only people from this area or this, they dress or do things a certain way. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.